everyone. Season 8, Episode 16, and the Parable of the Talents. Matthew 25:14 through 30. Well, howdy there, folks, and welcome back to the Sydney St. James Show, coming at you from the heart of downtown Georgetown in the good year of 2023. Today, I've got a tale that's sure to grab your attention like a cowboy at a rodeo. It's about Jesus walking through Georgetown, sharing a story that's as rich as Texas soil. And don't forget, we'll be chatting about my latest thriller, Throwback, featuring a shark so big it could make Jaws look like a minnow. So pull up a chair, grab your favorite beverage, and let's dive right in. One sunny afternoon, Jesus strolled down the streets of Georgetown, where the buildings are as full of stories as a library, and the air is as warm as a well-loved quilt. He came across a group of folks gathered around a lemonade stand, looking for a bit of shade and conversation. Jesus, with a twinkle in his eye, decided to spin a yarn, Texas style. Let me tell y'all a story about this wealthy rancher and his 3 ranch hands, he began, as folks settled in, curious as a cat with a new toy. Now, this rancher was fixing to take a trip to Dallas. Before he left, he called his ranch hands and gave them each a handful of talents. That's a heap of gold to you and me. To the first hand, he gave 5 talents. To the second, 2, and to the third, just 1, each according to their ability. Jesus paused, looking round at the crowd like a teacher, making sure his students were following along. The first ranch hand, Jesus continued, went straight to the stock market in Austin and doubled his 5 talents. The second fella invested some local Georgetown businesses and also doubled his money. But the third one, well, he was scared as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. He dug a hole in the ground and hid that gold as safe as a secret in a diary. The folks were leaning in now, hanging on Jesus' every word. When the rancher came back, he asked for an accounting of the talents. The first 2 proudly showed how they doubled their gold. Show me the money, right? And the rancher was as pleased as punch. Well, done, y'all, he said. You're as trustworthy as a hound dog. I'm putting you in charge of even bigger ventures. But when the third ranch hand showed the single talent, explaining how he buried it, the rancher's face felt like a cake in a rainstorm. Jesus shook his head, a gentle reprimand in his eyes. The rancher took that talent and gave it to the one with 10, saying, "To everyone who has more will be given, but from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away." The crowd was quiet, pondering the weight of the story. You see, folks, Jesus said, it's all about making the most of what you're given. Don't bury your talents, whether they're gold or gifts. Use them, and they'll multiply like rabbits in the spring. And with that, Jesus tipped his hat and continued on his way, leaving a trail of pondering folks behind. Now, the moral of this story emphasizes the importance of actively using and developing the gifts, abilities, and resources we're given. Like the first 2 servants, we are encouraged to invest our talents and not waste our potential. And secondly, the parable highlights the concept of stewardship. The idea that we are responsible for what we have been entrusted with, whether it be wealth, abilities, time, or other resources. Well, friends, that brings us to the end of today's story, but before y'all scatter like leaves in the wind, let me tell you about my latest thriller, Throwback. It's a tale of a shark so colossal it makes the Rio Grande look like a creek. If you're hankering for a heart-pounding, page-turning adventure, Throwback is just the ticket. So again, thanks for dropping by the Sydney St. James Show. And if y'all enjoyed our time together, do old Sydney a favor and hit that like button down below. It's a little bell. It's as welcome as rain in August to me. And go on, hit subscribe too. It's the best decision you'll make. Smoother than a gravy sandwich. Until next time, keep your boots dry, your coffee strong, and remember, in life's rodeo, use the talents you're given, and you'll ride and ride like a champion. Till then, see you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Peace.